The AfroPrenuer podcast, a podcast for African entrepreneurs, presents inspiring, innovative, and disruptive entrepreneurs from Africa as they share their lessons, insights, and learnings from their unique entrepreneurial ventures. I'll be your host. My name is Ogweno Stephen. Let's roll. Greetings, everyone who is watching today. Welcome to another episode of the AfroPrenuer podcast. And today we are very privileged to be joined by quite the entrepreneur and someone very interesting in the IT field, Mr. Humphrey, who has been working quite a bit in the IT and now has his own company. He'll be talking to us a bit about that and a bit about his lessons. And without further ado, Humphrey,
yes,
introduce yourself. Give us some introduction.
Yes, right away. So thanks for having me, Steve. Thank you for having me on the show today. My name is Humphrey Kirui. MD and lead consultant at Binary One Solutions. And basically we roll out IT solutions for manufacturing, centering on digital transformation. And basically prior to Binary, I'd worked in the corporate scene, predominantly in manufacturing. So my career journey in the corporate scene spanned around 15 years, starting off at a local SAP partner company, moving on to a Pan-African telecommunication business, and the last 10 years of my corporate work was with an East African manufacturer and a Fortune 500 FMCG manufacturer. And out of my experiences, then I saw gaps in the local market, gaps around IT solutions for manufacturers. And therein, with the advisory of Gartner and our own experiences, we built solutions and IT tools to specifically address digital transformation for manufacturers. So we've got the Nawiri digital loyalty platform that is a very interesting, innovative solution for FMCG manufacturers locally, in that consumers and last mile retailers and shops can interact with those products much better and with excitement around it. So we issue digital rewards like airtime, power tokens, M-Pesa to NHIF, digital shopping vouchers, right from coupons that are associated with those products. So that's Nawiri, that primarily speaks to customer experience, and we're also into ERP consulting with Odoo ERP.
Interesting.
Yes.
I will come back to Nawiri in a few. But before that, what has your journey been from corporate to Binary Solutions or Binary One? How has that journey looked like?
Well, the journey has really been interesting. Obviously, the corporate background gave me a lot of experience when it comes to not only IT products, but just the whole business ecosystem, locally and internationally. So a lot of exposure. And my decision to move into entrepreneurship was not only driven by the thrill of it, but feeling an actual need with actual products. But I guess that changeover that you're talking about is what most people wonder, like,
how did that happen?
How did that happen? So it had been a long time dream, and even quite a number of years, 5 years before I left the corporate scene, I'd always, fantasized the idea of just, starting my own thing. And how my IT career started on from an IT consulting house. So that, I guess, was the framework of my idea that I wanted to come out and start a consulting house for myself, with really solutions that address what I had seen predominantly in manufacturing. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So back to Nawiri now. So what is the details of Nawiri? It's a very exciting product, really, and give us the flesh of it. What does it do, and what are the details of it?
Yes, so Nawiri is a very exciting digital marketing tool for manufacturers, fast-moving consumer goods. And basically what that affords, what Nawiri affords, is a platform to manage coupons and the issuance of digital rewards. So primarily it targets the consumers or retailers of these products. Traditionally traditionally, manufacturers are not really able to get to the last mile of the supply chain. They only deal with wholesalers and distributors. And rarely do they know who their consumers are. So Nawiri makes it possible to build a centralized database of your consumers by affording a database for the recording of their biodata. But then again, you ask yourself, who out there is willing to give their biodata, and what do they get in return? So with Nawiri, these people then get instant digital rewards like airtime, tokens, M-Pesa, and what we've gone the full mile to even create utility out of M-Pesa and direct it to products like NHIF cover, particularly for fundis out there who would be interacting with products like cement, paint, construction material, and farmers out there. Whenever you talk to anyone back home our country, the conversation always ends with, hey, so nitumie.
Yes. Send me something.
So for us, we found a nifty way of delivering that to the end consumers, or even at retail, because there's a lot of competition in manufacturing. A similar product, different brands. So the manufacturer with foresight will want to create excitement around his brand at a personal level. So Nawiri makes that possible. Yes.
Interesting. All right. So I guess I'll get you to the sort of the last question. So what do you say is the thing that you enjoy most about being an entrepreneur?
Well, very interesting question. And basically it speaks to the core of our motivation and why we do this, why I do this. And it's basically around being able to define how you want to live. So we built these products. So on the one end, you're a creator of a product and you're taking it to market. There's a lot of adventure around that, being able to create a solution and getting, serious corporates, serious manufacturers to buy into that. There's a lot of excitement whenever we sign up a manufacturer, and not only at the point of sign up, but when you see what Nawiri does for them, when you see them coming off a difficult position when you look at their sales revenue to remarkable, phenomenal leaps in sales revenue because of that excitement that Nawiri has created. That gives a lot of delight. But more to back to defining how you want to live. Obviously, outside of corporate, Binary One is an IT consulting house. So basically, there's a lot of flexibility. For us, hybrid working is not something new because of COVID, but that has been something that we have inculcated right from the start. So our consultants are able to work from anywhere, work from home. For as long as we guarantee project delivery, we've actually seen that a lot of creativity that feeds into this digital marketing product comes from off-site thought processes that, as it were, the apple when it fell from the tree.
That's when
the light bulb.
There is
the light bulb moment. Came through. So that is it, and that's really the motivation behind.
All right. So, favorite quote? Why?
My favorite quote is very simple. It's in Swahili, and it's twende kazi. Now, twende kazi basically means let's get to work. And it's something that I borrow from the late Edward Mwakio, who's an industry leader locally in the ERP space. I worked for his company when I started. It's now an SAP Gold partner. And for the first time, a company started off of Kenya with now presence in India and Europe. And basically, I used to start the day with twende kazi, and that seems to have stuck. So that even where I am with Binary One Solution and with my team, I always fire them up with that simple phrase of twende kazi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess with that, the full podcast is on Audible and all the other podcast platforms. And I guess I'll end this session with twende kazi.
Yes indeed, Bona Steve.
Yeah.
So let's get out there and create excitement with these manufacturers.
Exactly.
That's what Binary does. So asante sana for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much for being here as well.
Yes.
And I guess for the people who are listening and watching, we'll see you on the next one. Twende kazi.
Alright, thanks for listening, and that's a wrap for this episode. For more exciting episodes like this, don't forget to follow our podcast, the AfroPrenuer Podcast, on all streaming sites, and visit our website at www.ogwenostephen.com. See you on the next one.